Archer Aviation has captured the imagination of a lot of investors with this electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. And there's no question that this is a potentially revolutionary product. But where's the company going to be in 5 years? And is this the kind of opportunity we should be investing in? That's what I'm going to dig in today. And let's start with what the company is building. Archer Aviation is really all about this midnight aircraft that you can see here. They have been doing design and testing, and they're now moving into the production phase of that aircraft and getting their FAA certification. And production is really going to be the biggest challenge. Their early production happened in Silicon Valley, but that was in relatively small quantities. They're now building a production facility and are going to start building aircraft in Covington, Georgia. That's going to produce 10 aircraft this year, but up to 650 aircraft when they finally get to full capacity in their 350,000 square feet. But even that facility can expand up to 900,000 square feet and produce 2,000 aircraft each year. The company's even announced a partnership with Stellantis to try to expand that production capacity and bring some of their expertise on board. So we're going from a pre-revenue company today, a company that doesn't even have the FAA certification to actually run commercial operations, to the potential capacity for 2,000 aircraft on the horizon. The next big step the company needs to work through, not only in production, but also working with the FAA to get their flight certification. They are doing that on both the production and the testing side. Don't expect anything commercial before 2026, but these are the milestones that investors are looking at. If they can keep ticking off those milestones in 2025, we could potentially see commercial operations in 2026. So what do those business models look like? This is really the key for Archer Aviation, is how are they going to make money long term? There's really two areas that they're pursuing right now. The first is essentially vertical takeoff and landing ride sharing. Think of this like point-to-point travel, but instead of getting in an Uber or a Lyft car, you're going to get in a vertical takeoff and landing aircraft. It may take you 5 miles down the road. It may take you a couple of 100 miles in the future. This is a business model that isn't yet proven, but there are a lot of cities that are excited about the potential opportunity. Abu Dhabi is where Archer Aviation is going to be building their first network. They're also pursuing New York, Los Angeles, San Francisco, Chicago, and Miami as potential areas of operations in the United States. The other big opportunity for Archer Aviation is in the military. Selling aircraft to the military could be a potentially lucrative market. And just like you have with private travel, there's attractiveness of being able to take off and land vertically while having a longer range and potentially faster transportation than you have with a helicopter. Now, neither of these business models are yet proven out, but those are the opportunities the company is building on. So let's go through the bull case for Archer Aviation over the next 5 years. The eVTOL business could be bigger than helicopters and private jets. The helicopter market today is about $67 billion, and that's expected to grow to about $97 billion. Private jets is about a $32 billion business. So in total, those two businesses are worth about $100 billion. Now, electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft could have a potentially bigger market than both of those two combined, especially if this ride-sharing business model works. That's where you open up a potentially new and innovative way to interact with millions more people than are typically taking helicopters and private jets today. You could also see the military a big operation for everything from personnel transport to missions. Their company recently partnered with Palantir, so it's on this bleeding edge of artificial intelligence and bringing more advanced technology to the military. And keep in mind that this is just V1 of Archer Aviation's aircraft. In the next 5 years, we could see one or more new models that could open up new opportunities, both in personal transportation as well as military operations. So there's a lot of optionality for this company, despite the fact that it's still essentially pre-revenue today. We always need to have the bear case in mind as well. And there's massive risks that are associated with a new business like this. Delays almost always happen when you have a new product or a new aircraft like this. So that's something that investors need to think about, especially in this FAA approval process. We also really have no idea what the economics of the business are going to be. If they are selling aircraft, are they going to be able to do so at an attractive margin? Are they going to have enough scale to be able to produce aircraft economically? What about this ride-sharing business? Do the economics of that business work? And can they finance, or can their partners finance that business model so it can grow to a scale that more and more people can use? And I think the biggest question for Archer Aviation is, can they balance all of these things and do them all at once? They're not focused just on the military or just on ride sharing. So can they do both at the same time? That's something a lot of companies have had a challenge with in the past. So what's my prediction about where this company is going to be in 5 years? I think electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft are going to proliferate around the world. This is something that we don't see in the air today. 5 years from now, it's not going to be uncommon when you go to a city like New York, Los Angeles, Abu Dhabi, or Dubai. I think this is going to be commonplace, and it's going to be common to take a small aircraft like this and even potentially call it with some of the ride sharing apps that you use today to take you from one city to another, from New York to Philadelphia, from Atlanta to Miami. These are all going to be possible 5 years from now, and Archer Aviation is leading the way. I think that's the real opportunity for investors. It's not an investment that's without risk. There are a lot of operational risks, there are business model risks, and of course, there are competitive risks that come with a business like eVTOL as well, because there are lots of players who are eyeing this market. But I think the opportunity is big enough to be bullish on Archer Aviation today. But what do you think about Archer Aviation? Let me know in the comment section below. And of course, check out fool.com/invest to get the top 10 stocks to buy right now. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you here next time.